Hey, what up, Facebook family? Eric Culpepper here with Black Networks Associates. And I'm going to be dropping a little bit of knowledge in terms of what we do here at BNA. Very difficult to get people to turn out to our meetings, so they don't quite understand what we're doing. We're not serving fried chicken and playing music. A lot of things that kind of resonate with our people. So when we're talking about economics, business development, civic duty, those types of things, I can't get nobody to show up to our meetings. And I'm going to tell you whether you understand what these things are or not. You're being impacted by it. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But more importantly, we're going to talk about the business structure, the business strategy, what we're actually providing to the community to be able to coalesce and come together in a way that's going to stimulate more business for all of us. And that's what this is all about. I'm not a big politics guy because if you understand the way politics work, big business usually dictates policy at the government level. And that happens even in the local arena as well. Money is leverage. So we're trying to make that money for our people, especially the ones that are listening and actually pay attention and then execute some of the strategies that we're recommending. One of the things that we do here at BNA is that our platform is predicated on Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. There's people that came before us that are much more brilliant than I am, who put the structure in place for us to roadmap our way to economic, climate economic ladder. And in that book, there's chapter 5 talks about economic cohesion or group economics. Our whole organization is predicated on chapter 5, group economics. I highly recommend you go out and get that book, but if not, if you sign up as a member with us, you'll have access to the PDF version. So on that note, let's go ahead and I'll get started in showing you what exactly we do here at BNA. All right, as you can see, we're on our site for Black Networks Associates. And we have built a platform that is going to just drive massive business for the Black community. And for any company that's involved with us that are actually utilizing these strategies that we're going to put in place, we'll begin to start generating more wealth and generate more income and revenues for their organizations or their companies. All right, so what we've seen is that a lot of people of color are utilizing Facebook as a means of being able to grow their business, and I'm going to tell you right now why that's a mistake. It's a great idea to have a presence on Facebook, but to try to use that as a sole strategy to grow your business is a mistake and a disservice. We're going to show you exactly why that is. First of all, Facebook is not designed to be a collaboration. It's not a business collaboration platform like what we built here on BNA. When you're trying to coordinate teams and you're putting everybody on instant messenger and you're blowing everybody up, even when the messages don't even pertain to the other people that are getting on that thread. It's a more cleaner, efficient communication because the way we have it set up on our platform is that you don't have to blow everybody up. We have video chats and things like that. I'm going to get into that a little bit more. But on our platform, it's a more streamlined communication mechanism that we have built so that as far as collaboration, team building, things of that nature. When you see that you come here, when you log in, that's our dashboard. But you can see that you can be able to invite, you can send your invitations to people that you want to have join your community. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is important because if you're trying to build teams or you're doing vendor communities or you're doing any type of outreach or you're doing anything like that, this is going to be a much more effective means of communication than doing it any other way, even versus email. And I'm going to tell you why is because you can see who's actually active and looking at the emails. When you send an email, you don't even know if they looked at it or not. With this here, you can actually see the activity of people actually coming in, if they're engaging with the communication or not. And then you can be able to hit them back and say, hey, you know what? You know, this is important that we have you collaborate on it. So this here is where you can actually send your invitation out to people that might want to join the community and actually be a part of your team, part of your organization online. The other problem that we see on Facebook is that a lot of the entrepreneurs, solopreneurs are utilizing fan pages to try to reach, their audience and be able to build their brand. I'm going to tell you why that's a mistake. Because we already know that Google is the biggest online directory on the planet. And if you are missing from Google, chances are you're going to be missing that traffic as well. And so, although you can have a Google listing without a website, we don't recommend it, because what happens is if you're on Google and people are looking at your competition and they have websites, guess what? They're going to go to the ones that's going to say more about what they do, as opposed to just having a listing with a phone number to call you, and you're not really telling your clients or anything because you're tied up on Facebook, okay, and your competition is out here in the real world, actually having more visibility for their organization. So we're going to show you what we're doing with that. Okay, so let's talk about the websites that we build for free. Okay, because what we find is a lot of solopreneurs, black entrepreneurs, that startups and things like that are neglecting the fact that they need a website, either because they feel that the fan pages on Facebook is going to suffice, or it's just a money issue. So we're providing websites and top-end Fortune 500 websites for absolutely free. The cost of membership. And again, there's no cost to join us at all. It gives you an opportunity to see what we're all about. Well, let's take a look here. You'll see that the websites that we have developed, this is a list of websites that we've created. You can see that Extreme Carpet Cleaning. This is one of the co-founders of the of BNA, William Murphy. He owns a carpet cleaning company. We did a redesign. We have another gentleman, Dean Davis, that is actually doing. So what we did is we saved the money. He was getting hosed on the hosting fees and everything that was associated with his website. So we did a redesign, built them from ground up, a much more upgraded website, and then we took the money that he was spending on the website and we put that into an SEO. He has a 300% return. As a matter of fact, he called me the other day and he's got a job that just came in from the advertising, the things that we're doing here, 2,000 square foot facility that had flood damage, and that's a job that came in as a result of what we did here. Now, had he not been present on Google, not had the website, not had all these things integrated together to be able to stimulate that business, it would not have happened. All right, so let's take a look at all of these other websites that we've created. This is a national insurance agency out of New York that we've constructed. This is another insurance agency that's out of Florida that we had constructed. This here is our, let me show you here. This here is a website that we did for an urban newspaper in New York City. This was a brand new build, a brand new website construct, and they were very pleased with the results that we did for them. You'll also see that what we find is that there are quite a few people that are on Facebook that may have handcrafted products, or they're selling products, or they have earrings or jewelry, or they're doing things like that, and they're selling product, and they may have a website, which we're going to get to this in just a minute. They might have a website, they might have, again, and sometimes these websites are just, they're poorly representing of the company that, you're trying to represent. They're not the Fortune 5 like what you see here. They're not the top end. But I'm going to show you something else that we're doing with these websites that you're not going to have anywhere else, is that we build a CRM on the back end, so you can actually manage your clients. You can email your clients. You can do your marketing from your campaigns from your website. And you have so many other things inside of your website. It's more than just a billboard of information, which we're going to show you that here in just a second. You'll see here that we got the website here. You can see the Urban Times. This is another website build that we're doing for Jackson Hill Management Group in New York. But if you come down here, you'll see where you have your deals. See, your websites are not doing this, guys. Your websites are not going to be funneling and have a pipeline in the back end that's going to be managing leads that are coming in on your website. So anytime anybody fill out a form, anytime they actually talk to anyone, it opens up a ticket and you can actually generate a lead in your pipeline. So your website is doing something more than just being a billboard of information. It's actually becoming an integrated part of your business development strategy. You'll see here where you can be able to do your marketing right from your website. So if you want to be able to do your Google ads, if you want to be able to do your Google AdWords, you'll see that here. If you want to do your Facebook ads, you can do SMS. So if you can do your rebranding, you can do voice broadcasts, you can do all of this right from your website. So you have something what we call a KPI here. It's your key performance indicator. It's your dashboard. And most times people don't even know the barometer of what's going on in their company. They don't know who their clients are. They don't know their segments of their markets. They don't know any of this. This breaks it down for you so you understand what those mechanisms are that's going on in your industry and in your organization. You can build teams as well, as I mentioned before, and you can be able to parse certain duties, and you can delegate certain roles and things of that nature right from your dashboard. All right, so this is one of the things that we're offering as part of membership. The other part is that if you go on our website, you will see that you'll have the ability to schedule events. And I'm going to tell you why this is important, because if you're coordinating or you're hosting any type of event or where you're going to be having a gathering of people, it's a good idea to have RSVP so you know who's actually coming to your event. So you might have a lot of people saying, oh yeah, we'll be there, I'll show up, and they never show up. And you paid for food or you paid to rent a venue, and you get less people, because we already know that at least out of 100% of the people say they're coming, 50% of the people actually show up. So what we've done is we've created a scheduler. Now keep in mind, we pay a lot of money for all these integrations that we have on our platform, and we don't charge anything. Like I said, people can come in here for free. You get an opportunity to see what all of this is before you decide if you want to do anything and remain as a member with us. You'll see that here where you have the events. This is a scheduler that is available to all of our members. You'll have the ability to schedule an event, and it shows up here on the front end. And what's really neat about this is that you can be able to actually promote this online on social media. So you'll see all your social media icons down here. You can actually share this on all of the different social media networks that are out there. And then you can actually email this, and now what happens is your calendar begins to fill up. So you'll see that they can register for that event, and when they register, it gives you a notification to let you know that you got these, all of these RSVPs are coming in now, and it sends them an email, give them a confirmation that they are now set for that event, and it gives them the details and the information. If you go and you look up, there's something that's called Eventbrite. It's a web application for scheduling events. Go take a look at that and see what they're charging. You get that for free when you're part of our organization. Now, here's something else that we offer, and I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg. I'm not even getting in deep with you guys in terms of like all the integrations that are in here that's going to help you drive more business. I'm just scratching the surface here. But let's talk about this online directory. Now, the directory is so key to shining light and visibility on businesses, minority businesses that are in the area. Whether you're Hispanic, Black, Asian, whatever if you have a business and you're in this category and you're not on here, it's a disservice to you. And I'm going to tell you why. Go and try to find Black-owned businesses in your community. They're buried. It's good luck trying to find them. There's no one central repository of information that you can find or listing that you can find that's going to show you all the different listings of Black-owned businesses in the community. All right, so if you come here, you will see that you have an opportunity to be able to claim your free listing. It's free. Now, whether if you want to join and become a member of BNA or not, this here is available for any minority business that is out there to be able to highlight your business. And you can tie this listing into your Google. So because Google gives you a small footprint, they're going to give you a 30-mile radius from where you're doing your business resides. Our directory goes out around the nation, the state, the nation, so it's giving you more visibility, gives you more exposure. You can tie the two together. And so when people come here, they can be able to see, who all the Black businesses are in their community. So let's just take a look here. You'll see that this is McDowell Hewley. We have people that are data entry that are just adding these. This gentleman is not a part of our community, but if we see that there's a Black-owned business out there, we're just adding them. And just take a look at what you get. This is doing something that Google and Yelp is not doing. And you're going to pay money for their, if you want to get a greater exposure with them. I'm going to tell you what you're going to get over here for free. Just the cost, just being part of the membership is what you're going to get for free. You can see that you can put in all the information. We have an API Google map. So with that, whenever you put in your address, that's going to highlight your location if need be. If you're an online business, that map will not be there. But if you have an online business or you have a physical address, it's going to highlight that and show you where it's at. You can put in your web address, your domain. You can put in your phone number, your address. And again, you can put in your social media accounts. You can actually put in a PDF. So if you're a restaurant or if you're a church and you got bulletins you need to be able to put community information or bulletins out. You want to be able to highlight your menu for your restaurant. You can put that right here on your listing. This is something that you can't do on Google, guys. This is something you can't do on Yelp. You can do that here. If you are a member, you're going to have some additional things that you can do with your listing that you can't do with Google. You can actually interact with the people that's going to be interacting with your listing. You can actually talk to them back and forth. You will see here where it says View Profile. So if you are a member, they can actually have biographical information about who the owner of the company is. So they can actually go and look at your profile and see who they're actually doing. This is something that's different from Google. When you come down here, you will see that this is a contact listing owner. And when you actually fill that out, it gives them now, you can have a dialogue back and forth. Shows you in real time who's actually talking, so you can go back. Now, it also allows them the ability to do a review. So if you're providing, this is why we always talk about Black excellence. You can't have a shade tree business if you want more business. If you want to be extremely good at what you do, the word is going to get out, and we're going to highlight that here on our listings so they can actually submit a review. And if you're a hairdresser or if you're any type of thing that you're doing where you can see visibly what your work is, whether you're doing carpet cleaning or whatever, catering, food, whatever, we always say get pictures, have your clients get pictures, and put them on your review. So now people can actually, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So now they have an opportunity to see your work in real time on your listing. And then we also recommend that you mirror that on your Google as well as your BNA. Because once again, it's just more visibility for your company. So I am going to tell you now that there's never a better time to join. One of the reasons why BNA came into existence is because a number of Black-owned businesses were impacted by the COVID. the pandemic, the shutdown, and funds came too little too late that were promised. A lot of the companies were deemed as non-essential, and they didn't acquire the funds that they needed to keep their doors open. So as a result, 47% of those businesses had to close their doors permanently, and that market share just went out, and it didn't come back. It's not cycling back. So if anyone's telling you, oh yeah, you know, so the sun's coming out tomorrow, maybe it will, but it's not going to be tomorrow. It might be next week or down the road. It's going to be a slow road to recovery. So in the meantime, if we combine our resources, this is another way to be able to ensure there's discretionary spending power in the black community. And just like I tell everybody, you know, SVRC is not a friend of the black community, and I'm not picking on them, but I'm just saying, if you got black vendors and you got black dollars that are coming into your organization, you need to be extending that money back into the community. You know, if it's going out. So if they got buildings over there, are you using a black property and casualty company? You got employees. Are you using a black insurance company for your benefits? If not, I would question that. Where is the money going? It's sucking. This is why if you look at every city across the United States, they all look the same. They're gutted. They're ghettos. I was in New York last week. Every one of them look the same. Whether I'm down in West Virginia or if I'm down in Fayette, North Carolina, it doesn't matter. All of these cities, they look alike. They mirror each other. And I'm telling you, it's not some random thing that's happened. It's not some happenstance. I'm telling you, it's by design. And like I said, I'm not picking on SVRC. I'm just saying, we need to have our own marketplace where we have our own vendors and we can put that money back in our communities. That's what I'm trying to get these people to understand. It's like black people are walking around like it's the movie of The Walking Dead. It's like just not thinking from the neck up. And these things are impacting our community. So I'm saying take the time to understand what we're doing, because whether you agree with what I'm saying, and this message may not resonate, but one thing is for certain. Everything that I'm telling you right now, you're being impacted by it, whether you realize it or not. If you've lost a job, if you had to close your business, if you know somebody, well, tell me, stop me if you think I'm lying, if this stuff doesn't resonate. So I'm telling you, it's important. The stuff that we're doing is relevant. We're getting back people that are just looking inside-eyed and not understanding. This is why I'm going to be putting out video series so that you guys understand what we're doing. I appreciate you taking the time. If this did resonate, hit the like button and share it. Get the word out. And here's something else that you need to understand before we let you go, is that the monies, we're trying to get monies back for black people that were impacted, these black businesses that were impacted. You will see that under our enroll, we have something which is called a learning management system. And I didn't even touch on that because, you got Dr. Boyce Watkins and people that they charge a lot of money for their knowledge base. We don't. We give that information away freely. So we got learning management that teach everything from finance to, you name it, business, marketing strategies, all of that. We teach you here. And we also give you how to be able to manage your teams and how to be able to manage your VNA account. So it walks you right through. It takes you step by step. But one of the things that we have is something that's called a employee retention credit. It's gaining a lot of traction. People will start talking about this a little bit more. But we just want to highlight this because you can get up to $26,000 per employee, and that's for the years. It does a look-back approach for 2020 and 2021. So if you had employees during this period, you could qualify for a potential significant tax credit in the amount of $26,000 per employee. So, I mean, if you had 10 employees during that time, you could have a $260,000 check coming in. Again, this is not a loan, it's a credit. And so this is a lesson that we teach, sending out information to our members and highlighting why this is important, because, again, that window, when that money gets used up, and once again, black people will be left on the outside. And so we never knew that this was happening or this money was available to us. I mean, in 5 minutes, you can qualify for this money. You will know right away. You keep your records. Like I said, you're running your business, you're being legitimate, black excellence once again. And if you had those, you got your reporting, you got all your records in place, we're going to see to it that you get your money. And so I'm going to leave you guys on that note. And I appreciate you for taking the time to go through this. And again, like and share, get the word out, please. Let everybody know. Even if you don't want to be a part of BNA, at least show us some love and some support and get this out. It's relevant what we're doing. So please, thank you. I appreciate it.